that I am going to speak now for all of us, the NGOs, and she read Tennyson's little poem about Franny Wall.
Oh.
Flower in Franny Wall.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I knew you, leaf and all, I would know about the universe. It's a cute little poem. That was the head of the big thing. Huge ovation.
That's what I found on the floor.
Is that paper, because then it brings back all the memories of what was associated with that.
That's right. Here's the...
Although newspapers can be thrown out.
Here's the keynote here.
Is that good?
Yes. Could you say that again?
Personal papers have a different value than newspapers.
Some personal papers.
Oh, there you go. Okay, right.
I don't think we need to keep Chester's schedule.
Oh, okay, but it was a nice topic of conversation.
It was. Here's the keynote to this article.
That newspaper can be saved, though.
Here's the keynote.
Yeah.
And we don't qualify. The Stocktons held office in the 7th century.
Oh, office. Oh, all right.
And we didn't know...
Well, we kept releasing it every day. We'd walk in, make our case, and then release it.
The office.
Some of those Stocktons just held on, you know. Didn't know when to let go.
Stayed in the office. Slept in the office. No, that's why we have to read this whole thing through.
Yeah.
McKenna needs to type off a summary.
I think that would be better, because it's hard to read that.
I'm going to have to go through it, make notes, and she's going to...
Was associated with that.
That's right. Here's the...
Although newspapers can be thrown out.
Here's the keynote here.
Is that good?
Yes. Could you say that again?
Personal papers have a different value than newspapers.
Some personal papers.
Oh, there you go. Okay, right.
I don't think we need to keep Chester's schedule.
Oh, okay, but it was a nice topic of conversation.
It was. Here's the keynote to this article.
That newspaper can be saved, though.
Here's the keynote.
Yeah.
And we don't qualify. The Stocktons held office in the 7th century.
Oh, office. Oh, all right.
And we didn't know...
Well, we kept releasing it every day. We'd walk in, make our case, and then release it.
The office.
Some of those Stocktons just held on, you know. Didn't know when to let go.
Stayed in the office. Slept in the office. No, that's why we have to read this whole thing through.
Yeah.
McKenna needs to type off a summary.
I think that would be better, because it's hard to read that.
I'm going to have to go through it, make notes, and she's going to type it.
And it is sort of, you know.
You know, we need about 6 months here.
Of course.
The things we got to do.
Well, that was the schedule you were keeping before you got your PhD. I mean,
yes.
Getting your PhD really screwed up your life, jeez. You just need to be working on that postgrad.
Up your life too for a year or two.
No. Finishing it. I mean, the process of it is great.
Yeah.
You know, because you're in here as a student. You're not a resident.
I know.
That's perfect.
Keep me going.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true.
Although in Florida, the out-of-state fees are horrendous. I mean, you might be paying, $10,000 or something? Whoa.
See, one of the Stocktons was the Lord Mayor of London. And as such, he was automatically the acting king when the king was absent. So John Stockton, in 1470, became the king of England.
Isn't that funny? But, you know, it's just a little footnote thing.
What was the king at that time?
And he was fighting the Crusades, unfortunately, pardon the expression.
Yeah, right. Knocking off Jews and Muslims, yeah, right.
No, he was holding the line against the Muslims.
Yeah. That was the euphemism.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Killing
Knocking anyone who's
living their own lives on their own farms for the sake of Christianity.
They were hardly anti-Jewish.
Well,
from the Jewish
they didn't
heritage.
have the word Jewish.
1099. That's the big year. Boy, 70,000 people.
1066.
No. 1099. I'm just saying. 1099. in 3 days, they killed 70,000 people in Jerusalem. Gaining Jerusalem, oh boy, but 70,000.
That's amazing.
I mean, there were only 4 million people in the area.
When you think of how big the population of the city was, they're so
And
gigantic.
they weren't all Muslims.
Yeah.
That was horrendous.
That's unfortunate.
Oh boy, it stank
But
after.
I want to say that the major theme of those guys was to stop the Muslim march, because the Muslims had the world by the hand.
Well, yeah, they were running up to
They had
Spain.
already taken over Asia with Indonesia. All of the march up right through the land. Really, and the Catholic Church was, what are they going to do?
So the people the Crusaders, I mean,
Yeah.
they were Catholics?
They were volunteers. In England, they were eventually Church of England, but
Okay,
they
which
were,
is a type of Catholic.
Church of Rome before
Church of
that.
England is
Henry
Anglican. Church.
Henry VIII.
Yeah, she's still learning.
Wrote with the Catholic.
Type of Catholic.
Well,
An upgrade.
let me tell you, the services are almost indistinguishable.
Well, you just missed the point.
These are people.
Henry VIII broke with Rome and had to create the Church of England. And that was, when about 1400 or something.
Well, that's a smart thing. Okay.
Before that, you're absolutely right. It was the church, the only church,
The
the mother
Crusaders.
church. Crusaders. They were all recruited
Yeah.
as church members all over.
No. That church had a far reach.
But they were trying to get the strength up to stop the Muslims taking over Europe. In 1453, Constantinople fell.
Yeah.
So the Muslims took the whole Eastern Orthodox
And they
Church.
spread all across the northern part of Africa and up into Spain.
Right?
And you realize that they got right up into Europe at Poitiers.
Yeah, they held them off there.
Do the Muslims try, did they, in those days, did they try to convert people other than chopping their heads off? I mean...
If they came to you and said, look, you convert or off your head.
No. Many places where the Muslims were ruling, they allowed other religions to be.
That was the...
I know Morocco.
And they thought that they were wonderful in so doing. But they were not persecuted.
But that was a minority, and only for a century or so. When they turned absolutely rabid and violent. That's the history we're living with now.
And that's what the Muslim author that whom I read, Manji, she's a wonderful newspaper person in Toronto, and it upsets her greatly. She said, what's the name of the book? Why Muslims? The name of that.
She did trace that period.
But she knows so much, and she did trace that whole period and explain the period where the Muslims were maybe not overly kind, but did not persecute people of other faiths. But she feels definitely that they have gone way off the track, and they have got to change.
Yeah, they became militant. They organized armies. And then they began to kill off everyone they came near.
Now.
No, then.
Back then.
Even back then, yeah.
It's hard.
Nearly 1,000 years of this. I mean, the army started at 600 AD.
Yeah.
And that's not that far along ago.
No.
But boy, by 1200, 1300, and 1400, they were really stopping the Christians. And the Christians held the line for Europe by the skin of their teeth.
But what's so scary is the demands they make in places like Holland and France. And those populations
Oh, you mean like
are
in France where they demand it's less than where
they're they are continuing to kill their daughters if they see them talking to other people and not being agreed.